Yeah, it's just another tough game on the road, and you can't give up 97 points. Um, got out rebounded, gave up 10 offensive rebounds to Yaxel. I mean, it's basically just guarding your yard and rebounding the basketball to end the defensive segment. And then also 22 turnovers on the road in a hostile environment is not going to work either.
Penny, you said earlier this week that eventually in the past, when you guys teams have struggled, eventually you guys just decide they're going to care enough to put their foot in the ground and draw a line in the sand. Did you see any evidence of that today at all?
Not today. Nope. Not today, I didn't. It's just, I mean, we work really hard as a staff. I'm not going to downgrade my staff about anything. It's got to be in the guys in this lineup on getting the stop and getting rebounds. Offensively, we're okay. We're scoring 88. We scored 88 points. Just got to get stops and rebound.
Is that, like on a scale of 1 to 10, how discouraged are you? Or is that even the word, discouraged?
It's at a 10 because we know why we're having the problems. We're talking about it. We're watching film. We're getting it handled in practice. And then when the game starts, the effort and the energy just isn't there.
And you said you had started from scratch this week in practice, kind of going back to square one.
Mm-hmm.
And what response did you get from your guys? Like, did you see any of this coming, the way this unraveled today?
Obviously not, because I mean I knew that UAB was good, especially at home. They got athletes that play strong, play tough. Knew they were going to be in the 1-3-1 the entire game, that they really weren't going to play man. They're going to switch up defenses, and was well prepared. You know, it's just all it took was for our guys to come out and just match that energy. You can't. First of all, you're a ranked team. Secondly, you're Memphis versus UAB, and those guys on that other side, they look way hungrier than us in the beginning, and that just can't happen. That just isn't a team that I've coached. I've always been able to reach, to be able to just fight. I just haven't been able to say the right words to this team yet, just to fight.
Have you exhausted all your options?
I don't think I've exhausted all my options because I'm not a loser. I mean, I've been down before, but it's going to take for these guys in the locker room to change who they are if we're going to do anything.
What kind of response did you get in the locker room?
Just a bunch of blank faces in there. I mean, again, we're not fooling anybody. We did a phenomenal job winning 10 games in a row. Our talent overtook the teams that we played, and I think we were more hungry than those other teams. Since conference has started, we struggled mightily, and we won the first 4, but we lost the last 4. So, I'm sorry, the last 3. It's just the locker room with blank faces. Nobody spoke up and said, "Hey, coach, we got you." So we got practice tomorrow and got another game on Wednesday. This isn't the end of the world. You just gotta show more. You gotta show more. We're not showing enough grit, enough toughness, and that's really, really hard for me to watch.
Penny, was that performance from Eric Gaines? He hasn't played like that consistently. He certainly hasn't shot like that. Did he play at another level tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we've seen Eric, phenomenal talent, super athlete, and I knew he was going to have a big game today. You have to expect that. When guys play us, they get up for the game. I mean, he sees Javon Quinley over here, and he sees how much pump that David Jones is getting. He wanted to play well on ESPN, national televised game, and he did.
You mentioned the 10-game winning streak. Do you think there, in hindsight, do you think there was maybe on their part too much emphasis placed on non-conference and not enough? Did they get so high that now getting in the conference they sort of lost something that they had that was unsustainable or
I put a ton of emphasis on non-conference because I knew that's what we needed to get to where we needed to get to. But I did not downplay the conference at all because I know how tough this conference is. Maybe they did, but I never did. I know how tough because if you remember me saying before conference started, now it's more pressure to win because they're not respecting our conference enough. And we knew that coming in. So I've given the warning signs. They've seen enough to know. It just has to. We got to stop making the excuses, man. I have to coach better. They have to play harder.
Penny, how tough is it when your 2 biggest bucket getters, arguably David Jones, Javon Quinley, the turnovers starting to pile up for them, this game? How do you kind of reel them in, and what can you do in those situations?
These are veteran guys that have been through the wars. They have to do better. They know they have to do better, and they are. It's just, you know, I can't put my finger on it, to be honest, because in big games you just have to show up, and not just offensively but all around, and you need your guys on the road to show up, and we just didn't get it done today. I'm not going to go into those two guys have won us plenty of games this year, but it's like you said, to have a game like this today with the turnovers was tough in this environment.
Penny, did you expect UAB before the season to be competitive like this in the conference, knowing their roster, knowing some of their players?
Honestly, I never take anything for granted because our league it's about toughness. And I saw the bodies that they went out and got, you know, and to go along with what they had coming back. And it's about toughness. And when you're tough, you can win, especially at home. On the road, you know, they gave up a 20-plus point lead at Charlotte. Charlotte was good at home. Today, they were good at home. So, you know, SMU goes to Wichita, who hadn't won a game, and Wichita won today. It's just how the league is. They're just not getting the respect around the country that we know. But it wasn't that I didn't expect UAB to be poor. I mean, not to be good. It's just I expect everybody to be good because I know when they play us, it's going to be a different level game anyway. But I did see that they got tough guys that were going to get the job done.
Two more.
Penny, when y'all lost to USF a couple games ago, you attributed to kind of the locker room chemistry, guys not being on the same page. Has that improved at all, and is that still what's plaguing this team? Like, just guys not seeing eye to eye?
It's not. You got to understand, it's 14 new guys. We just added Jordan Brown back. Naquan Tomlin is still really fairly new to go along with David Jones and Quinterly and those guys that haven't played together. You're supposed to start getting better like right now. We got off to an unbelievable start, and I think that put everything, you know, way up here in the expectations. And the guys just, once that happened, maybe they just got too complacent. And I'm not taking anything away from the teams that are beating us because I feel like those teams did a phenomenal job. But we have to figure out a way to get these guys locked in together. I would say it's still too much individual and not team in the locker room.
So you, based on that, it sounds like you feel like not everybody's pulling the rope in the same direction. Is that fair?
No, I don't think everyone's pulling the rope in the same direction. I think that guys are feeling like they could do it individually by themselves because they've done it where they've been, and obviously we see that's not true.
And do you feel like you know, normally when you get into points in the season where you're struggling, you may try to switch some things up. You may try to up a new starting line or something like that. But I get the feeling that you still feel like you're putting the team in the best possible position to succeed. And so is that fair to say that?
It's fair to say for now, but I promise you, man, it's just I have so much love for this game that if it doesn't change, you're going to have to – it's almost to the point where you might have to change one or two guys. I mean, it's just for the love of just the game and playing hard and for your fans and for yourself and for your coaches and your teammates and not just going through the motions. We got to get a group of guys, whoever it is, to go out there and understand that we have to defend and rebound. We can score with anyone.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.